Hi again. Okay, so we're looking at problem number 3 on page 261 in our guided practice, and this is a opportunity for you to play around with both of those methods of subtracting fractions from whole numbers. So here we have Terry. He had to travel 12 miles from town A to town B. He traveled 5/8 of a mile by bus, and then he traveled another 1/4 mile by car just because before the car broke down. How far was he from town B when the car broke down? Okay, so the question we need to answer was how far he was from town B. So he was some distance of miles from town B when the car broke down. You could have that too if you want. Okay. So let's look at method 1. How would we use method 1 to solve this? It was 12 miles, so that's our whole. You know, he has to go 12 miles. He traveled 5/8 by bus, so he got a little bit closer than 5/8, and then went another 1/4 mile before the car broke down. Wow, that's a really rough trip. Okay. We know we are going to need to change this whole number into a mixed fraction so that we can subtract, and we're going to need to have them all like fractions. So we can change using method 1, we change the whole number to 11 and 8/8, because remember 8/8 is 1, 11 plus 1 is 12. And then, since we're using eighths, we need to change the 1/4 into 2/8. And then that gives us 11 and 1/8. Okay, so that's using method 1. Method 2. So method 2, you're going to add the distance that he traveled and then subtract it from the total. So the first thing to do is to add. We're going to add the 5/8 that he went by bus to the 1/4 he went before the car broke down. And we want to change these both into eighths so that we can add them up together. And so we find out that he went 7/8 of a mile. Once we have that, now we can subtract the 7/8 from the 12 miles he had to go. And we turn the 12 into 11 and 8/8 minus 7/8 and gives us 11 and 1/8. So he was 11 and 1/8 miles from town B when his car broke down, and that must have been so frustrating. Okay. So the next thing I want you to do is, okay, let's turn to page 262. Just flip over. We're going to work through this really fast. We're going to find the fraction of a set. So read with me. There are 9 roses in a vase. Of the 9 roses, 6 are red and the rest are yellow. What fraction of the roses are red? Okay, so the question we're going to find out is some fraction of the roses are red, right? And some fraction of the roses are yellow, because it also asks for that. Okay. So let's work through this. We know 6 out of 9 roses are red. 6 out of 9. 6 out of 9. Remember, there are different ways we can say and write things. So 6 out of 9 is the same thing as saying 6/9, right? What would this look like in a bar model? I'm going to draw a small bar model. We know that 6/9 would be the same thing as 2/3, right? So if I'm going to have a bar model of thirds, I can say 2/3 are red. How much are yellow? Yes, this is very simplified, I know. Okay. So I can just simplify this and say that 2/3 of the roses are red. Okay. What fraction of the roses are yellow? Well, this is where the finding a fraction of a set comes in. So 1 minus 2/3. The 1 I can change to 3/3 to have a like fraction, minus 2/3 and 1/3, which of course is what you see on the bar model. So 2/3 of the roses are red, 1/3 of the roses are yellow. All right. So, in the bottom of this page, you have a guided practice. Go ahead and solve for that, and then the next video we'll run through number 4. So go ahead and work on that.